Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. My name is Joshua, and before I just go into today's video, I just want to use this medium to say big thanks to all of you who have subscribed already to this channel. You are a lot of motivation to me, and I do not take it for granted. And for you, if you're yet to subscribe, please, I will be counting on you to be kind enough to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you will get my subsequent video. And I'll be doing a short series, very soon, where I'll be talking about some things that are very funny and important between more like differences and the things I've missed about Nigeria and the things I've not missed really. So please subscribe so that you don't miss out on those videos. And I'll be bringing some of my friends who are also here on the channel. So please do subscribe so that you don't miss out. Alright, so today I'll be talking about National Occupational Classification. Yeah, NOC. Now, a few persons have asked me what is NOC. I know I've mentioned that in a few of my videos, and yeah, I just said it in passing. Now, I'll tell you this. NOC is very important. It's very important you understand what the NOC is. I had a friend who got an ITA, that's invitation to apply, from a province, but she could not go ahead because at the point of application, she had picked a wrong NOC. So the implication is this: she had selected a different code for a job, right? And they have gone ahead to issue an invitation to apply with that NOC. She had to decline that NOC, right? And eventually she got it right later. But I don't want you to make the same mistake because this period, time is of the essence. Time is very important, and you don't want to miss any opportunity. The cutoffs are getting high and all of that. So in this video, I'll be telling you about what NOC is. I'll be telling you how you can find your own NOC. I'll actually take you to the NOC website to tell you step by step how you can find your own NOC, and then also its importance with reference to your job reference. So without wasting more time, let's just go straight into it. All right, what is NOC, right? National Occupational Classification. So National Occupational Classification is a nationally accepted naming or organizational framework of different jobs in the Canadian labor market. So what that grammar means is that whatever job you do falls into a category, falls into a group. So what the Statistics Canada and Employment and Social Development Canada did was to look for a way to put each job, each employment, each profession into a particular category. So they use that. So each job has different code. All right. So whether you're a banker, you're an auditor, you're a financial analyst, you're an accountant, you're a fruit picker, you're a driver, you're a chef, whatever job you have, there is an NOC. So typically it's just code, number codes that are used to, classify different job types. Also, immigration programs use the NOC to decide if a job or type of work experience meets their eligibility. So there are immigration programs that are specifically for skilled workers, for example. So depending on what your NOC is, you might be qualified or not for such immigration programs. All right, now let's talk about the main job groups for immigration purpose. Now you have 5 different job groups. The first is skill type 0. Now skill type 0 generally talks about management jobs, right? Such as restaurant managers, mine managers, shop captains, bank managers, credit managers, managers generally have the skill type 0. All right. Then you have skill level A. Skill level A is professional jobs. I'm sure a number of people in my audience actually belong to this category. So a doctor, a dentist, a pharmacist, a lawyer, an accountant, an auditor, all the jobs that require university degree usually will fall into this skill level, right? So then you have also level skill B. Skill level B generally talks about technical jobs and skilled trades, right? So in this case, you usually need a college degree or training as an apprentice. So examples will be such roles like chefs, plumbers, electricians, and so on and so forth. The next skill tab we talk about is level C, skill level C. Now, skill level C generally will be intermediate jobs, right? So you talk about industrial butchers, you talk about long haul truck drivers, food and beverage servers. And interestingly, I have found out that truck drivers are usually very well paid. I can understand that there's a lot of premium paid on, ability to be safe on the road. It's like a lot of lives, right, are depending on you to be seen when you are at the back of the wheel of a truck, right? All right, so level skill D, you have labor jobs generally. The labor jobs, usually, you don't need a degree, most times it is on the job training. So examples will be fruit pickers, cleaning staff, oil field workers, all sorts of labor work that you can think of fall into skill level D. Now let's talk about the eligibility for express entry. So for express entry, you only qualify if you belong to skill levels 0, A or B, right? So which means that if you are in level 0, which are managers, level A, which are professionals like lawyers, doctors, bankers, auditors, or level B, which are skilled trades, then you're qualified to apply, through any of the skilled workers pathway, which would be FSW, that's Federal Skilled Workers, FST, that's Federal Skilled Trade, and CAC, that's Canadian Experience Class. So for any of these three, if you're in O, A, or B, you can apply. However, if you're in C and D, you're not eligible, but you might qualify for some provincial, nominee programs and also pathways like the AIPP. AIPP means Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, right? It relates to the Atlantic regions like the Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now we talk about actually going to see how you can check your NOC. So I'll take you over to the website now, and I'll put the website in the description so that you can also go by yourself. Now, this is the website. Okay, so the website looks like this, and I will just scroll down and 2016. So you can search by job title, you can search by NOC code. Now, searching by NOC code means you already know your code, right? But let's search by job title. Let's assume I don't know. So let's say I'm an auditor, for example. I'll just type auditor here, and I'll click on search and see what comes up. So yeah, I have in the result, if I scroll down, there you are. You have all the related fields. So there's financial auditors and accountant, right? So I can then come up and click on this. Now already it's telling me that the category is 1, the skill level is A. Remember we said skill level A, professional degree, professional occupations that require a university degree. So it's this A. So if I click on this, now it tells me in detail. So financial auditors and accountants. Financial auditors examine and analyze the accounting and financial records of individuals and establishments, blah blah blah. So it explains the typical job role of a financial auditor. Right now, example of title. So if you're an accountant, chief accountant, financial auditor, income tax expert, industrial accountant, internal auditor, if you have any of these titles, you can use this NOC code, which is 111. That's 1111, right? Okay, so what are the duties? Now your this is where NOC becomes important, which relates to your job reference later. So if you're preparing your job reference, remember you need to put your job duties, right? So as much as possible, make sure you look at the main duties in your NOC and ensure that whatever job duties you're including or putting in your job reference, to a large extent, it's not necessarily supposed to cover everything, but let it have a good coverage of these roles, because The meaning is that for an auditor, financial auditor, these are the things they expect you to do, right? So make sure what you're putting as your job responsibility in your job reference to a large extent, covers this duty. Maybe not all, but cover most of it. All right. Or if you're putting in your role as an accountant, right, in your job reference, let your responsibility in that employment cover a good portion of these rules. All right, so that's it pretty much. Let's say let's go for a different. Let's say you're a fruit picker, for example. So I'll do fruit picker. All right, so fruit picker is not okay. I should be searching by job title if I'm going to type name. All right, so let's see fruit picker. Okay, so these are the possible, right, harvesting laborers, right? So that those are the examples of different job titles that will fall into this NOC code. So apple picker, berry picker, crop farm laborer, whatever your job is, and then you now see what such persons do here, and so on and so forth. So whatever thing you do, just name it. So let's go back to the site, okay, and then let's search again. Let's search for, say we want to search for insurance. Let's say you work in an insurance company, so let's just put insurance there and see the different things that come up. Okay, so you can be a senior government managers and officials. Already, if you see manager, the skill level, the skill category will be O, right? So you have senior managers, you have insurance, real estate, and financial brokerage managers. You have government. So these are so you look at each of those and then you decide what your NOC. Your NOC is the number in the front. So let's assume you're a corporate sales manager. Your NOC is this 0601. If you're a financial auditor, which we've seen before, 1111. If you're employment, insurance, immigration, border service, and revenue service, your NOC will be 1228, and so on and so forth, 1313 for insurance underwriters. Then you can now click and then to see, you can then click on to see what the main duties of this person is. So you look at this, every other person that have this job title fall under this 1313 NOC code, and then look at the job titles. So if you're in this group, like I said before, make sure your job reference have a good coverage of some of the things in the main duties recognized by the NOC website. All right, let's go back there and assume you are a doctor. Let's say you're a nurse. All right, so for a nurse, what do we have coming up? So you could be senior managers, health education, blah blah blah. You could be forestry. It brings in similar. So you have nursing coordinators and supervisors, and then you have registered nurses and registered psychiatric nurses and all of that. So licensed practical nurse. So you just use this medium to decide or determine what your NOC is. After getting it, check the matching job titles, responsibility or main duties, and make sure it aligns with your job reference. With this, I'm sure you should be able to, have a go at it. And if you have any question, maybe you have problem finding out what your own NOC is, just, put a comment down below and I'll be happy to help you. Again, if you're here to subscribe and you find this video helpful, I'll be grateful if you use a subscription, click the subscription button and the notification bell so that you get my subsequent video. My name is Joshua and thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. Goodbye.